But why it gets
All right.
disconnected?
Hey guys, I don't know. Hey guys, this is Will. I'm also known as the Hey guys, this is Will. I'm also known as Blockchain Broker. And I'm so excited to be talking today about some of the core methodologies behind blockchain. So obviously, I believe that the cypherpunk movement was one of the main core methodologies, one of the main movements that started and helped grow blockchain to what it is today. But I also think that there was another movement that's just as important and just as powerful. And I see a lot of things that are occurring in that movement that I see reflected in the blockchain movement. And that is the Burning Man Society. So Burning Man is a once a year annual gathering that occurs within Black Rock City. This is a magical place. It's a great city that comes out of the playa and it rises from the ashes. And it creates this gorgeous art, this amazing music, this awesome community that comes around, and then after a week, then it disappears. Some of it gets burned off, some of it gets driven away, and everything is cleaned and is left better than what it's founded as. This is something that I see has found residents and has found a lot of the principles and concepts that build this community, that build this amazing group of people in society. I see is reflected within the blockchain community, within the blockchain ethos and methodologies that I see there. One of the cool things and one of the most important things about Burning Man is that it's a decentralized event. Burning Man does not have a central source of entertainment. It does not have a central source of food. It doesn't have a central source of water. It doesn't have a central source of light. It comes from all the different camps, all the different people, and all the different artists who come together and they add their radical self-expression to the overall community. This is very, very important because these principles align with the idea of decentralization that occurs within blockchain technology. In fact, I would argue that is foundational to blockchain technology is decentralization. And that can happen through these radical self-expression that you see the founders of all the different dApps are able to do with blockchain. And obviously you see this expression occur within the NFT space, but the expression occurs all through DeFi and it occurs all through the different token standards, and everything that you see in blockchain is a form of expression. I believe that code is speech. And when you're writing code and it's a truly decentralized source of code, that is protected by free speech. And I see that within blockchain, and I think that that comes from the Burning Man methodology. Another thing that is very important in Burning Man is the collaboration of the communities and the gifting economy. So gifting economy is a little difficult to explain to people. One thing I like to say about Burning Man is that your money is not needed here. They don't want any fiat. They don't want US dollars or euros. They're not looking for your money. In fact, they're likely to gift you something for completely free. The cool thing about Burning Man is that you can walk around with an empty cup and people will try to fill your cup with water, juice, anything that they have to gift you, as well as people will try to give you physical gifts such as lights or pieces of art, jewelry, clothing, anything that you may need, suntan lotion because the sun is very hot there. Anything that you may need is part of the gifting economy or gifting. I don't even want to call it an economy. It's part of the gifting nature, right? And when I was working in tech and when I was working in traditional finance or in normal business, you see them not having this methodology at all, right? They're trying to build proprietary code. They're trying to have proprietary technologies. They're trying to build moats. They're trying to build defenses. They don't want their competitors to be able to get at their code. But in blockchain, we have such radical transparency that we have what's called the open source movement. And to me, that's the ultimate gift is someone's code, right? So the gifting economy is strong within blockchain. through the open source movement. And guys, I don't want to downplay the open source movement. It is possibly the biggest, most important movement that's happening today, because the open source movement believes that if we share, we all get stronger. We are all going to be able to do more, and we're going to be able to allow us to have greater knowledge for the greater good. And this is something that's very, very powerful, because this code is valuable, right? So let's look at Uniswap. Uniswap was one of the first people to figure out how to do swaps on chain, right? They built it on Ethereum. It was a great revolutionary project. It was an amazing piece of code, a work of art. Vitalik loves it himself, and I'm a huge fan of Uniswap and the Uniswap team. However, unlike most businesses, Uniswap didn't protect their code at all. They allowed their code to be purely transparent because they believe in the gifting economy, right? So what they did is that someone else came and saw the Uniswap code and they forked it. To fork is to take someone's code and redeploy it. So they forked the Uniswap code and created SushiSwap. And they made millions off of SushiSwap. Imagine being able to fork Microsoft, being able to fork Apple, being able to fork some of these top companies in the world and create your own version of it without any lawyers calling you, without anyone saying, hey, don't do it, right? It's almost impossible to believe. These people made millions of dollars from Uniswap code, and Uniswap was happy that they took the code. In fact, Uniswap then went back and made Uniswap version 2. And within a few hours, SushiSwap stole that code and made SushiSwap version 2. But because the new technology was better, it's adding more to the greater good, adding more to the space. And that's part of the gifting economy, is the idea that if we gift to each other and we keep making each other better, then we're going to have a community of stronger, more happy, more motivated people. And this, to me, is an ethos that comes from the Burning Man community, and so from some of the core principles of Burning Man that I see within the blockchain technology. Open source development is a powerful movement. Guys, please check out some open source code, fork it, redeploy it. I'm going to have some content and video about how you can fork and build your own tokens, how you can fork and throw out your own smart contracts, and you will be shocked as to how much code you'll be able to use directly from open source projects, with people encouraging you to take or steal their code. And they will help you in the Discord. They will help you in the chat and the Telegram chats to be able to take it more effectively. And it's sort of like surprising at first, just like when I was at Burning Man, it was surprising to get all these gifts. But at the end of the day, we all get better. We are all going to empower each other. And that's something that I find unique to blockchain, that I find in the Burning Man community. Another thing is that Burning Man emphasizes a strong sense of trust and respect among participants. This causes them to create a community that's built on mutual trust. Similarly, blockchain is helping us build and establish a trustless environment, right? And I believe that once we actually have a trustless environment, the bad actors and the different people will behave in good ways and become good actors, because they'll see that through collaboration and through being able to have this mutual trust, we'll be able to get bigger and grow faster and do more and more things, and we'll reach new heights. We'll be constantly standing on shoulders of giants, with the giants trying to lift us up even more so that we can see across the horizon. Let's go. And I think that that idea of a trusted system, mutual abilities, is very powerful in Burning Man. In fact, there's rumors that the CIA and other big national agencies from the government were studying Burning Man because they could not believe the low levels of crime, the low levels of violence that happens in the middle of the desert at Burning Man with all of these people. I mean, think about it. You gather 10,000 plus people in an abandoned area in the middle of the desert, the playa. It's not actually a desert, it's a riverbed, but it really feels like a desert. In the middle of that, and no one's stealing from each other. No one's violating each other's trust. It's really, really powerful to live in this trusted environment. And that's one of the things that I want to build with blockchain is the idea that we can trust everyone that we're working with. We're not there yet. Blockchain is not a trustless environment yet. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to program your money. We're trying to program the blockchain so that you'll be able to do business with almost anyone in the world and they won't be able to harm you. Therefore, you'll trust that they'll do the right thing because that will be the only way that they'll be able to succeed. Something that's different about Burning Man that I don't find in other communities is the radical experimentation and innovation. When you go to Burning Man, you see all sorts of art, all sorts of projects, all sorts of things. Some of them are weird, some of them are wacky, some of them are out there, but all of them are new and experiments. And that is the coolest thing about Burning Man. So if you're an artist, if you're someone that wants to radically express what's going on in your mind or what's going on inside, go to Burning Man. You will be accepted by the community and they will love being able to work with you. So that's what I'm also finding in the blockchain community is that we're able to express ourselves through code. We're able to express ourselves through the different apps that we build. And obviously we're able to express ourselves through NFTs. And look at how supportive the whales are. Look at how supportive the different blockchain people are who hold crypto to purchase art NFTs, to be able to support growing communities, to sweep the floor of someone's new project. I mean, these are amazing support mechanisms that help us grow within the blockchain sphere that allow us to do radical experiments, great innovation, and I find that to be part of the main ethos of Burning Man. Now, another thing that I find in Burning Man is the community governance, the consensus mechanism that they use to make major decisions. When you're throwing a festival as large as Burning Man, it's not even a festival. When you're building a community as large as Burning Man, there's going to be problems. There's going to be disagreements. There's going to be people who want to go left when other people want to go right. How do you solve these disagreements? How do you figure out the best way to do things? How do you get the camps to be organized? All of these different things are done through consensus mechanisms that I find in blockchain as well. So how do we get all the miners to agree on a certain transaction? How do we get them to reach consensus? Some people say proof of stake. Some people say proof of work. All of these are options to us for us to form agreements because ultimately the world is built on agreements. If I can make people agree that your money is legitimate, if I can make people agree that your government is real, if I can make people agree that your flag holds power, then that agreement, that influence is everything, right? And so Burning Man recognizes that, and they have some very unique consensus mechanisms, and blockchain is obviously focused on building better and better consensus mechanisms for us to agree on all the transactions, for us to agree on all the smart contracts that occur within the space. And now, finally, identity and self-sovereignty. Burning Man encourages you to explore your individual identity. Find yourself on the playa, find others there, find out what value you have, find out what value you have to gift, right? And I believe that the same thing happens within blockchain. Now, of course, we have digital identities. Of course, we have on-chain identities. One of the most amazing projects, in my opinion, was the project that the UN did with Ethereum, where they were able to put identities of the refugees on the blockchain. And this helped save so many people because when you're in a refugee, having physical paper documents is scary. Someone might steal them. Some of them might get burned. They might fall into water. You don't know what could happen to paper documents, but having them on an immutable blockchain where it's protected forever is something that helped them with their identities. Burning Man has allowed us to have these influences with each other and allows us to have different identities and explore it. And I'm finding the same thing within the blockchain space. I love technology, I love tech companies, but I find that blockchain is a little more Burning Man than FANG or some of the larger tech companies. And that's what really attracted me to this space is the idea of radical self-expression, the idea of community building, the idea of gifting and empowering each other, the idea of open source methodologies. These are some of the core tenements that I find both in blockchain and in Burning Man. So if you guys have ever been to Burning Man, if you guys have ever been to communities that are similar to this, or if you guys want to start communities that are similar to this, leave a message in the comments. Let me know what you think, because honestly, I want to build more technologies that are scalable to give this methodology to the world. My name is Blockchain Broker. This is William Bear telling you that I love you all. Let's have a great day. Take care.
خلاص mic drop.
Let's fucking go. How long was that?